Hello, and thank you for clicking on my video. I wish this was a better day and I was talking about, private equity firms or CES and robotics or some other dipshittery that someone in the Trump administration had done. But frankly, it's a very sad day in the United States, amongst many sad days that we've had lately. A woman was shot and killed in Minneapolis today by an ICE officer. She was given contradictory information. I mean, the video is out there. I'm not going to play the video because I feel like that's been out there enough. I'm sure that in the coming days there will be AI edits of it that totally misrepresent what happened. But for at least now, there were multiple people recording it. There are multiple angles, and all of them pretty much show the same thing. She was told to move. She was told not to move. An ICE agent stepped in front of her vehicle. She began to move her car at a very slow speed. The ICE agent drew his weapon, stepped out of the way of her vehicle, and fired 3 times into her open driver window. But I kind of want to focus this first part on the victim. Her name was Renee Good. She was a poet, a mother, a widow, her from Colorado, who attended Old Dominion. She was, and when I say a poet, like I guess she was a legit poet. She was published. She went to Old Dominion. And she had recently, I don't know exactly when, but she had recently moved from Colorado to Minneapolis. On an Instagram post that's been shared, she described herself as a poet and writer, a wife and a mom, and a shitty guitar player. She had previously been married to Timmy Ray Macklin Jr., who was an Air Force veteran who was a 17-year, I think I read a 17-year veteran of the Air Force, and he passed away in 2023. She has a 6-year-old son who she had just dropped off at school when she got caught up in an ICE enforcement action. She decided to record it, and that's how she got caught up in this. Probably the saddest photo I've seen today, amongst some awful video, is this one. And I edited it out, some of the more disturbing details, just focus on the sad part of that is a glove box full of stuffed toys, presumably her son's, I would imagine. But just imagine that you drop your son off at school and never thinking that in just a short span of time, something like this can happen. I think amongst all the disturbing things today, probably the most disturbing was from our president of the United States. Here was his statement on the shooting, where he calls her disorderly, obstructing, resisting, and then she violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who is recovering, who, frankly, it's hard to believe that he's alive, and he's recovering in the hospital. And I really don't want to share this post, but I think it is stunning how gullible he thinks we all are. And this is the exact reason why they make us study the book 1984 in high school. Because in this post, he's calling on people that are his followers or supporters to believe him and not their own eyes. Because fortunately, and I do say fortunately, because if we didn't have this, this would be the narrative. But fortunately, we do have video of said ICE agent who is lucky to be alive and is grievously wounded and recovering in the hospital. This man right here, who appears to be checking his phone, is the grievously wounded ICE agent who is fortunate to be alive after being run over by a car and is in the hospital. Fortunately, he will make a full recovery after a substantial hospital stay. Look at that. I can't believe he's moving under his own power. The other part of this, and the reason that this video is, he gets into his car and he drives off. Now, I'm not law enforcement. I've never taken a criminal justice class. However, having read the news once or twice in my life, I'm pretty sure that somebody, a law enforcement official that is involved in a shooting, is generally not allowed to leave the scene, is supposed to probably give up his weapon, and it's investigated. This guy, nobody's talking to him. Nobody's asking for his body cam footage or anything else. He just gets in his car and he leaves. That is a man who just shot someone 3 times in the face. And a citizen, a mother, and he cold-bloodedly, psychopathically just gets in his car and drives off. Now, contrast that with what our president said about this. That man is supposed to be in the hospital. That man got run over by a car. Does that ring true to anyone at all? Now, the other low light of fact that there was a physician on the scene who asked to check her pulse, and he was denied by ICE.
I go check a pulse. No, back up.
No, back up. Can I go check a pulse? No, back up.
Now, I'm a physician.
Hey, listen, you understand?
The gentleman says, I'm a physician. The ICE agent says, I don't care. Now, I understand the immigration issue is a significant hot button topic for people. I've for the most part avoided it in my videos because I feel like I have mixed feelings about it. I think we've historically had many opportunities to do the right thing or to do something about it, but it is an issue that has been manipulated and used for people wanting power. And I think, unfortunately, with ICE's budget, with the lack of training, with the lowering of standards to recruit ICE agents, that something like this was inevitable. And I hope Renee Good's son can grow up in a loving family and can have an amazing life despite the tragedy that has occurred to his parents. This was probably something that was inevitable. It was just a matter of time for something like this to happen. I just, I feel very sorry for Renee that it happened to her, that it had to happen at all, because it didn't. It doesn't. This is not really something that people dropping their kids off at school should have to worry about. Thank you for watching this video this far. I wish it was a happier one, or even a funnier one, or even a more substantive one about policies, but unfortunately it's about a tragedy, and it's about a woman who tragically lost her life today. And so I thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and if you want to say anything, please write something in the comments, and I do respond. Bye.